Hey there, book lovers! Welcome back to the channel Dive in the Words, where we dive deep into some of the most fascinating books out there. Today we're talking about a truly inspiring and thought-provoking biography, The Man Who Knew Infinity by Robert Kanigel. But before we get into Ramanujan's incredible story, let's talk a bit about the author. So, Robert Kanigel is the genius behind this book. He's a biographer and science writer who's really known for making complex subjects super engaging and easy to understand. Born in 1946, Kanigel has written several biographies, but The Man Who Knew Infinity is by far one of his most famous. His ability to combine personal stories with scientific breakthroughs is what makes this book so special. You're not just reading about Ramanujan's work, but also his struggles, his culture, and the beauty of his mind. Alright, now let's jump into the main story. Srinivasa Ramanujan, the man who literally knew infinity. Ramanujan was born in 1887 in a small town in southern India. From a young age, it was clear that he had a natural gift for mathematics. But here's the kicker: he was mostly self-taught. He didn't have access to formal education the way most mathematicians did. Instead, he found old math textbooks, worked through them, and just kept discovering new and mind-blowing mathematical ideas on his own. But even with all this genius, he struggled to get recognition in India. He faced financial difficulties, and no one around him really understood the magnitude of his talent. But this didn't stop him. Ramanujan kept pushing boundaries, and eventually, his work caught the attention of someone across the world. Enter G.H. Hardy, one of Britain's top mathematicians. One day, Hardy gets this random letter from Ramanujan packed with these crazy, groundbreaking mathematical formulas. Hardy, being the sharp mind that he was, instantly knew there was something special here. He could see that Ramanujan was onto something big. So Hardy brought Ramanujan to Cambridge University in 1914, and that's where the magic happened. Their partnership became one of the most famous in mathematics. Imagine this: Ramanujan, a self-taught genius from India, working alongside one of the most respected mathematicians in the world. Together they worked on number theory, infinite series, and some pretty complex math that still impacts the field today. But their collaboration was more than just math. Hardy admired Ramanujan's intuition, his ability to see patterns and numbers in a way no one else could. It was a perfect example of how two very different minds could come together and create something incredible. Now, as amazing as Ramanujan's time in Cambridge was, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Moving from India to England in the early 1900s was a massive cultural shock for Ramanujan. He was a devout Hindu, and the cold English weather, different food, and isolation from his family took a huge toll on his health. Sadly, this ultimately affected his work and well-being. Ramanujan's health declined rapidly, and despite his groundbreaking work, he passed away at just 32 years old. It's heartbreaking to think about all the potential Ramanujan still had. But even in his short life, he made contributions that are still influencing modern mathematics. From number theory to cryptography, his legacy is immense. Ramanujan's work on the partition function, which deals with the ways a number can be broken down into sums, has applications in areas like computer science, cryptography, and even theoretical physics. The beauty of his work is that it transcends generations. It's timeless. And this is where The Man Who Knew Infinity shines. Kanigel doesn't just tell us about Ramanujan's discoveries, he brings to life the personal sacrifices, the cultural struggles, and the sheer genius that define this man's existence. So, why should you read this book? Well, if you're fascinated by the lives of geniuses or want to see how culture and intellect collide to create something extraordinary, this book is for you. Ramanujan's story is not just about math, it's about perseverance, curiosity, and the power of the human mind to push past any barrier. And seriously, even if you're not a math person, Robert Kanigel's storytelling will hook you from the very first page. You'll be blown away by how Ramanujan saw the world, and it'll change the way you think about math forever. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into incredible books. Have you read The Man Who Knew Infinity? What did you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep reading, and remember, the infinite is just a thought away.